Hey everybody, welcome back to some more videos. We're going to stay with the Michelangelo's series and this sketchbook, which I'm in love with. I'm not going to do too much. I want to keep this one going. These are paper blank, and I love paper blank. They're just incredible sketchbooks. This one is called The Restoration. I usually keep a little tone paper in the back here. Um, they're amazing. Just great books. And they're fun. You know, if you love sketchbooks, might as well have fun with them. And the paper is great. There's different kinds of paper in these. This is the last one we did, last drawing. Um, I don't know. It takes a lot of medium really well. They just put a lot of thought into it. You know, if you're just sketching, don't use this. But if you want to do some drawings that you really want to hold on to for a long time, you know, it's great, fantastic book. Okay, so we're going to turn this page here and get a fresh page. And let's go to this page here, which I already chose, which is here. And this will fold over. So I actually planned it out this time. Make sure that out of the way. Here we go. If I can turn, I've got everything over here on another monitor. So we got that. Okay. And here we go. And here we go. And I'm going to try to answer questions that I've heard of from years and years and years of teaching. Okay, this is going to be using the same tool as before. This is pure watercolors. This would be like a tube of watercolor compressed into a stick. I don't even know where to find them anymore, but they're really fun. And then I'm going to use the water brush. Okay, so here we go. Right here is C7, cervical vertebrae number 7. This is your cervical vertebrae. This is your thoracic vertebrae, and these are your lumbar vertebrae. If you're over 40, you're going to know what these are real quick because you're going to throw them out every now and then. Same thing up here. This is the scapula, which floats. There's your cranium process up there. Latissimus dorsi, infraspinatus, supraspinatus, teres major, teres minor, trapezius. Okay, this will be your rhomboids. Come down here, serratus will be your, so rhomboids, and then it'll come down here, and I'm going blank real quick. And then your serratus, and then that will come down around onto the rib cage. And then you'll have external oblique, gluteus medius, gluteus maximus, and then into the leg muscles. This is your IT band. Think of it as like a freeway and all the muscles attached to it. So your gluteus medius is going to come down attached to your trochanter, lesser trochanter, and your great trochanter. And then the gluteus maximus will come around and attach to this freeway called the IT band. This will be your gastrocnemius, soleus. And then on the outside will be your your Pinocchio muscles, and tibialis anterior and peroneus will be on the outside, your condyle. I love anatomy, so I study it and have fun with it. Funny story, I had a student, and I get to meet the parents, and it's usually around college time. We do a lot of mentoring for colleges at our school. So this student is literally a powerhouse. So her name is Ruby, and she's just going to set the world on fire. She's incredible. And you know when they walk in the door, you're just like, boom, there they are. And I can project them far away. You know, like I can look at a student and see them in 10 years, 15 years, because I've worked with so many people in so many different careers. And you can just see the way you talk to them. You know, that's an account executive. That's a chief financial officer, blah, 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 blah. And you can see it, but the parents don't always, and it's kind of cute. And, I get it. So I'm talking to the father, and he's a doctor, and he's asking me, where did you study anatomy? And I said, I taught anatomy. He goes, well, where'd you study it? I said, no, you don't understand. I taught it in college. I taught it And he goes, yeah, but where did you study? And I'm setting him up because he knows a friend of mine who's a doctor, surgeon. He's a good buddy of mine. And we'll call him Mickey. Okay. Oh, his name is Brian. You won't know. So his name is Brian. So, and he keeps asking me, and like, I'm setting him up. Like, where did you study anatomy? Like, what school did you go to? And I was like, no. I taught it in school. And then, and I said, and then the next time I said, no, in forensics, the medical examiner will do the autopsy, but then I kind of put it together, the autopsy with how the body moves so that it would prove that the person, it's not proven, but it's consistent with the person being in this position. And I do it scientifically. It has to be scientific. Finally, he goes, where did you learn this? I said, Brian gave me his medical books. I couldn't afford to go to college, so I taught it. And he goes, oh. So this is where I want everybody to understand. When I was just a kid with my teacher, Eddie Rayberg, I wasn't allowed to give excuses. I did, but I really wasn't allowed to. And, but it really stuck with me. No excuses. And here it is, I didn't go to college. I just have an A degree, which I went back and got later. But that doesn't stop me from living my dream, which, is working in all these, fun fields, So here, this is the scapula, but it's because of the rhomboid, which go up, but the midline here, which brings us around this beautiful rhythm, which can take us to the external oblique here, see? And that's the important part, are the rhythms. So always multiple meanings with everything I teach you guys. If you want to do it, do it. And don't let any obstacles get in your way. And learn to fail and learn to accept it. Okay. All right, so that's that. Let's see. So here's the other side of the neck. I would say, looking at this, if everything's going this way, let's try to bring him this way. And I don't have a lot of time, so let's, here's an ear, and there's an ear. And then I usually put in a ponytail to show the direction. Does that work? I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So go like that. And then what I can do is keep the ponytail going that way. Yeah, so it goes, get that nice shape. Own your failures. You gotta fail. You don't want to fail when it's game time. But when it is game time, you got to be able to switch, make a change. So if I'm working on a case, I might have a hypothesis, and I'll show it to my bosses, because I'm not in this, I'm definitely not in this alone. I'm part of a team. And then what I do is they'll say, yeah, it works. I'll stay with it. If not, they'll say, yeah, but we see it this way. Make the switch. Don't try to fight and win a battle that doesn't exist. Okay, so that's important. Oh God, I don't know. Have backups. Like if the one career is off, jump to the next one. So have flexible performance capabilities working for you, which is a Harvard study that proves the obvious. If something works in one area, you can do it to another. So see, we're going this way, and then this fits inside. So we got that. And then this leg goes like that. Okay. Let's see. 2 butt cheeks are better than 1. So I'll put a butt cheek here and a butt cheek here. And come around, come up, silhouette. If this breaks this plane, that's design. So that'll give you tension. That's kind of fun. I don't know, do we want to bring a leg up? We could go like that. That'd be kind of fun. Doesn't exist here, but it can exist here. Okay, so we got that. Shoulder coming out that way. So it's kind of fun. Now we're gonna add some wash. Okay, so we got that. So let's have some fun with this. Light's coming this way. So we're gonna say, okay, here's the trapezius. It touches the acromion process. So there's gonna be a plane change there. So core shadow, cast shadow, reflected light. Boom. So it's just pure watercolor. Then we're going to come down this way. Trapezius. Overlapping some of the scapula. Cross contour. See where it turns. Okay. Core shadow. Reflected light. Cast shadow off of that. Boom. We're going to come here. Another. Coming over. Cross contour. Core shadow. Reflected light. Coming over here, tricep. Okay. Olecranon. Fascia. Call these the Pinocchio muscles. So that will be your supinator and your okay, supinator, teres major, teres minor would be up here. Digitorum, carpi radialis, carpi ulnaris. We got those muscles. But you know, the medical examiners might call it the fleshy muscles of the arm. They don't go in there and name every muscle. I name the muscles, but they don't name all the muscles. They'll say it's the fleshy muscles or the strap muscles. Well, that's the sternocleidomastoid muscle, but they'll just say the strappy muscles. So, you know, it's not like you have to impress everybody with your knowledge of anatomy. Nobody cares. Tell the story. So it's going to turn. Nice shadow shape. Lurcanon is a box shape right there, the lurcanon. It's going to fit inside the ulna, or the radius. We'll go this way. Now, I think it's the ulna. It fits inside the ulna because it's going to be small and large. So the radius will be small up here and large down here. And the ulna will be large up here and small down here. So it's kind of an opposite. See how it's wet and it just melts that paint. It's really fun. Look at that. Boom, just melts it. Okay, this is light. I'm going to put shadow here. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom of the scapula. So it gets quiet. Why? What's happening? I'm getting lost in the drawing. And, I'm thinking as I'm drawing, but I'm getting lost in it. Drawing is a form of meditation. And you get completely lost. I was explaining to a student that if you're sketching while someone's talking to you, or if I look at a drawing and I have a movie on, when I look at the drawing, I'll hear the movie. So if I'm drawing and there's a situation going on, when I look at the drawing, I'll hear the situation. It's like it gives a memory in your brain. So you're like totally hyper focused and you just get lost. So what you just noticed was the transition into the groove. I live in that about 80% of my life. When I teach, you're paying me to talk, which is an interesting concept that throughout my life I was paid to talk, but my natural go-to would be complete silence. And that's what happens in this room. So I can go for 2 or 3 days without talking to anybody. So I just want to make sure it's clear that what did we just, I'm teaching you. So what did we just experience? The transition into the other world. Okay. So now we get back into it. So I'll talk because I'm not there. So to get there, I'll come back and re-hit these areas. See? And that puts you right back in. So as soon as I go like this, I'm tucking in. Now we're gone. See you in a while. Hit some accents. Bring this arm out. Okay. It was fun. Okay, so being quiet. If you're quiet, you'll be one of the better salespeople. So with the industry where it's at right now, which is really, really cleaning house, it's good to have a backup, and sales is always good. So I spent 18 years in sales, and I had so much training. I used to go out on appointments where I really didn't want the client, just to practice the sales, just to practice. And it was really fun. It's like, I got 10 color 40-inch Heidelberg presses, and I would go out on an appointment for a business card. It's like, I got to do that. Unless it's like one of the best business cards, in the world. Like I've done really crazy stuff. Just go there and practice. So, but I hear this. I would hear it often. Sheldon talks a lot. I have to get the information from you while you understanding my future benefits. So what I'm doing is I'm talking and I'm throwing out these tracer bullets to you. And I'm judging how fast they come back. So in one conversation, first meeting, I'll know your political views. I'll know your views on transgenders, on gay, lesbian, because it's real important at my school. Because in my school, you can be openly gay, openly trans. You can be openly, you can identify. It's very open in my school. So I need to know your feelings on that. I need to know your background. I need to know what your parents' background is. I need to know if you have brothers and sisters and what they are doing. Because, if you're going to be an artist and you got brothers and sisters that are all in tech or medical or, boy, there could be some bias in there. All this stuff has to come in to play before I can even start teaching you. So I need to know this stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm talking a lot so you know what I've done, but at the same time, I'm throwing out these massive, like radars and seeing how fast they come back. And with that, I can judge by how you look, if you look up, if you look to the side, if you look down, if you shrug your shoulders, if you roll your eyes, and just your energy. I can feel the energy coming off of you, and all of this comes together. But I don't have time to sit there and play the game of being the silent listener while at the same time, making you talk. I don't need you to talk. I need you to react. And that's called gesture. And that's what we do in our gesture drawing. We talk to our drawings. We wait for the drawing to react back to us. and we see how the drawing is working and how it's reacting. So all this stuff, the drawing is alive. It's a real living, breathing thing. All this comes together, and then I can sit down, do the drawing after I've qualified my drawing, or I can teach you, or I can teach you after I know what your parents are all about, because I need to know, if I need to get them taken care of first so that I could teach you. I might need to get your self-confidence up so that you have the ability to fail. So I might just work on that. But it has nothing to do with the talking. So they always say, that you were giving 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use it in that order. I agree. But they also give you empathy. They also give you the ability to feel energy. They also give you the ability to learn the science of sales, and the science of communication. And I've spent 18 years studying it on the job. And it's been probably over 30, some odd 40 years now, every day. So let's make sure we understand that. So if we're meeting at some point and I'm talking a lot, number one, I don't need to know a lot of what, I don't need you talking. I need to be getting those things out to you. Those tracer bullets, and that's what I call them. I want to send out those tracer bullets, see where they're going. Bam, 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 bam. So if we're together and I'm doing a lot of the talking, it means I'm checking you out. If we're together and I'm not talking, then I already got you taken care of. I already know what I need to know. Here's some cross contours. So if we're together and I'm just sitting there and I'm quiet, just sketching, that means I've already got you dialed in. I know what you're all about. If I'm doing a lot of talking, it means I'm trying to figure you out. Very strategic, like with the drawings. Very strategic, very pragmatic. Same with the communication. And this is visual communication right here. Okay? Let's stay with the Michelangelo stuff. Let's have some fun. All right? We'll see you in the next video.